Hmm. Can you hear me now? Hello. I did click on the sound button, but it didn't listen to me, so I gave it another click. Good morning. Let's try again. Hey, it's fine now. Great. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to our morning lesson. Yes, I just say the whole thing again. Those of you who can lip read will hear it twice. So, good morning and welcome. So, can you notice anything different today? People who have been here before, can you notice anything different today? If you've not been here before, welcome. And welcome to our morning lesson. And I can see more people are joining us now as we get started. So while we are waiting, can you please make sure you have looked at the Brainteaser? I've got 2 of them up there today. Yeah, we're going to just do a little bit more work on fractions for the Brainteaser, and then we are going on to telling the time. Okay, we'll still use fractions a little bit in that, but we're going to move on to time telling today. So let's have a look at our Brainteaser. So the first one we've got today, 1 cube is a quarter. What could the whole look like? Now, if we had the capacity for you to show me what you could do making them, you could draw different pictures, but we haven't. So what number of cubes would the whole be? If that first 1 cube is a quarter, how many cubes would the whole be? How many cubes would the whole be? If 1 cube is a quarter, how many is the whole? If 1 cube is a quarter, how many is the whole? Yeah. If 1 cube is a quarter, how many is the whole? So there's 1 cube. So the whole is 4 times as many as that. So the whole would be 4 cubes, wouldn't it? If 1 cube was a quarter, the whole would be 4 cubes. So well done. Answers are coming through. That's what I like to see. So the next one says to you, if that's 1 quarter, if 2 cubes is 1 quarter, what does the whole look like? If 2 cubes is 1 quarter, what does the whole look like? If 2 cubes are 1 quarter, what does the whole look like? Can you do that for me? If 2 cubes are 1 quarter, what does the whole look like? Okay, so there's 2 cubes, and the whole is 4 times as many. So 2, 1, 2, 2 twos, 3 twos, 4 tubes. So the whole is 8, isn't it? If 2 is a quarter, there's 1 quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, 4 quarters. The whole is 8 cubes. Okay. So looking down to the last one, if 3 cubes is a quarter, what does the whole look like? If 3 cubes are a quarter, what does the whole look like? Okay, so if 1 is a quarter, the whole is 4. If 2 is a quarter, the whole is 8. If 3 is a quarter, what's the whole? What's 4 times 3? What are 4 threes? 1 3 is 3, 2 3s are 6, 3 3s are 9, and 4 3s are 12. Okay, excellent, excellent. So that's the first brain teaser done. Does your brain feel half teased? Because we're going to go on to the next brain teaser. Okay, Mr. White has asked his class to put 1 quarter of the balls into the hoop. So Teddy says, I'm going to put 1 ball into the hoop. Whitney says, I'm going to put 3 balls into the hoop. Tommy says, I'm going to put 4 balls into the hoop. Who is correct? Teddy, Whitney, or Tommy? What is 1 quarter of those balls? So count them up. Divide by 4. What is 1 quarter of those balls? Count them up. Divide by 4. Okay, Whitney is coming through as a strong contender to be correct. Yeah, Whitney is correct because 4 3s are 12. So if we share those balls into 4 equal groups, you can see the columns. There are 4 columns of 3, aren't there? So 1/4 is 3 balls. So Teddy, now if you put 1 ball in the hoop, that would be 1/12. And Tommy, if you put 4 balls in the hoop, that would be 1/3, because 3 4s are 12. 4 3s are 12. So 1/4 of 12 is 3. 1/3 of 12 is 4. Okay, so well done, well done. Okay, so let's close the Brainteaser down. Close that down. Let's open up the big screen. Oh, hello, there you are. Hello, hello. Now, can anybody notice anything different today? Can anybody notice anything different? I don't know what's different today. What's different today? Can anybody notice anything different? Okay, it's the same me, same Rexy. Going to be a different topic, but there are some different things around today. Can anybody notice anything that looks a little bit different today than how it usually does? I'll just give you a second to see if your comments come through on moderation. Yes, so the colours have changed today, haven't they? I'm not in my Bright Idea Education t-shirt, and my hair has changed colour as well. So I've sort of gone Cosmico. I've Cosmicoed. So I've gone into the colours of Cosmico. Let's just remind ourselves what they are. Just going to put them up. So there's Cosmico. So I've sort of gone to blend in with Cosmico a little bit to help us understand that it's the same person, same lessons, same great quality, same interaction. It is the same company, but we've launched our new app, which you know, Cosmico, and we are going to use the Cosmico name to promote ourselves. So I thought, well, why not? Let's just start using the Cosmico colors so that you get a little bit used to seeing them, and that you don't think, oh no, where's Miss Nikki gone? Where's Miss Nicole gone? Well, she's still here. And so is my space dragon. Woo! And so is Rexy. Woo! We're all still here. We're all still here helping you. But we just come under the name Cosmico. Okay, that's all. So I just thought I would change the colors just to sort of warm you up and get you used to seeing those colors. Because sometimes people get a little bit worried, think, oh, it's not the same company, it's all changed. It is, but we launched a new app and we thought it'd be a good idea to think of an exciting name for it. And we wanted to help people to think it was all spacely and exciting. So that's why we chose the name Cosmico. So great. So here we are. Let's get started. So I'm going to start with a quiz. Okay. Going to start with a quiz. And the quiz is coming up now. So I said today we are starting a topic on time. So remember, this lesson is aimed at years 1 and 2 curriculum. So the maths curriculum for ages 5 to 7, or people who are older but actually think it would be helpful for them to go back to the sort of starters of telling the time or any other subject to say, let's just remind myself, now I'm a little bit older, of where it all started, so I can really make sure my understanding is clear and my understanding is solid. Okay, because sometimes we don't have that time when we're in the classroom and we get a little bit worried about putting our hand up or about asking questions. And this is a chance to just be on your own, nobody watching, nobody knowing, and to do what's right for your learning. Okay, so let's have a little quiz to see where we are. So years 1 and 2, quiz 1. Okay, so remember, if you've not been here before, you need to just slide the little screen of me aside so you can expose the grey vertical line on the inside that will just allow you to scroll down to the next question. Okay, so we've got 3 questions on time, and if you don't press submit at the end, because we can go through the quiz then and you'll be able to see your answers, and then you can press submit and we can see your results then. So once you finish, just let me know. Okay, and then I can just go through the questions with you while you've got your questions on the screen, and then you can press submit, and then I'll share your results with you, because sometimes people forget what they clicked. Okay. Okay, let me know when you've finished. Oh, great. We've got some more people who've joined now. Okay, if you just joined, we're just doing the quiz. So don't press submit at the end. Just let me know that you've finished, and then we can go through the answers. Now I'm seeing the answers coming in, but remember, I don't see your individual answers. I just see the answers on the whole, okay? So, okay, just let me know that you finished, and then we can go through them. Now this is a good chance for me to see how confident we are. Okay. So it looks like most of us are confident. I can't see individually who you are. I just get the group scores. So it looks like most of us are confident. A few little mistakes being made, but not many. So we can whoosh through these. So let's have a look at the first one. So the first one, the big hand of the clock is pointing to the 12, which we know is an o'clock, and the little hand is pointing to the 1. So the first one is 1 o'clock. So well done if you put 1 o'clock. I put a trick question in there of 12:05, because if the hands were the other way around, if the long hand was pointing to the 1 and the short hand was pointing to the 12, then it would be 12:05, but it's not. The long hand is pointing to the 12. So that means it's o'clock. And to know which o'clock it is, you have to see which hour the shorter hand is pointing to. Okay, so the person who put 12:05, just think about the long and the short hand. Okay, long hand number 2 is pointing to the 12, so you know it's an o'clock. Which number is it pointing to? It is pointing to the 3. So again, somebody's got a little bit confused about the hands. The 12:15 was a trick question. If the long hand was pointing to the 3 and the short hand was just past the 12, it would be 12:15, but it's not. The long hand is pointing directly to the 12 and the short hand is pointing directly to the 3. So that means it is 3 o'clock. And then we come down to the bottom. Well, everybody's got this. Everybody's got 10:30. So look carefully where the long hand is, pointing to the 6. Short hand halfway between the 10 and 11. Okay, so let's end the voting. Share the results. Okay, so you can see what you've got. Yep. So most of you would have got 100% in that, so well done. So let's close that down. We're going to stop sharing results, close that down, open up the big screen so that you get to see more what's going on here. Great. So let's look at a little bit of time input now, a little bit of time looking at clocks. I'm going to drop down just so that I can show you a clock and we can start talking about our way around the clock. So clear your heads. Ooh, clear and enter into your heads all you can remember that you have learned at home, at school, at Scouts, at Cubs, at wherever in your life so far about telling the time. Okay, what do you know? So tell me, what can you do? Can you just type in what you can do already with time, what you know how to do and what you struggle with? Can you tell me? What do you know how to do and what do you struggle with already? How much of telling the time have you got totally sorted? And how much are you still sort of, not quite sure about that bit? What can you do? What can you do already? I've got 3 different clocks that I've made for us today. So while you are just, I can do o'clocks, 1/2 past, 1/4 to, and 1/4 past. Okay, well, we're going to go over all of those today, hopefully. And then next week, we'll go into 5-minute intervals. Okay. So let's just make sure. That's great. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that. Let's just drop you down and let's just make sure that we are very clear about clocks. Ooh, let's get that in the picture. Okay. So clocks, we have 2 hands, a long hand and a short hand. This type of clock is called an analog clock. Okay, it's called an analog clock. We can also have a digital clock, which just shows you the numbers. a digital clock, which just shows you the numbers. We're going to start off on the analog clock, and we are going to do some work on digital clock as well. But we're just going to start off on the analog clock, and then we will move into the digital clock. Okay. So looking at an analog clock, we can see that it is a circle. Okay. Sometimes people do clocks in funny shapes, but it is a circle and it has the numbers 1 all the way around to 12. So in a whole day and night, the hands of the hour go around twice. There you go. The shorthand tells us what hour it is. So the shorthand will go around the clock twice in 24 hours. 2 12s are 24. So we normally say 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 2 o'clock in the morning. So from 1 a.m., that's when we should be asleep, all the way to 12 p.m., it is daytime, the morning time. Then once it starts 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., it's afternoon into evening time. So these two hands tell us two different things. The long hand tells us how many minutes past the hour. The shorthand tells us what hour. There are 60 minutes in an hour. So each one of these little markers is for 60. But on the analog clock, we count in lots of 5. So that's 1 lot of 5, 2 lots of 5, 3 lots of 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. You might think, why don't we just have 5, 10, 15 going around the clock? Because these numbers refer to the hour. So it's not, if we had 5 there, we might think it's 5 o'clock. So the minutes are shown by these little gradients. The hours are shown by the numbers. Okay. So when the long hand is pointing to 12, that is 0 minutes. The shorthand will be pointing exactly to whichever hour it is, exactly. So there we can see it is 3 o'clock. Okay. Tell me what time the clock is showing now. What time is the clock showing now? Okay, my second screen has gone buffer. So I'm hoping that you can, I'm just going to lift the screen up to see whether you're sending me messages. 7 o'clock, you are, well done. Okay, so we're fine. Everybody got the o'clock questions. Somebody made a little bit of an error because they were not looking at the long and the shorthand. So let's move straight on. Okay, so that's 1 clock. I've got this clock over here to show you because this clock does show the minutes and the hours. So on this clock, it's got the hours on the inside and the minutes on the outside. Okay, and we're going to do telling the time by intervals of 5 minutes next week. But this week, I want to really make sure, and I can see we are already sure on o'clock, that we are clear about 1/2 past, 1/4 past, and 1/4 to. Now, we've been doing work on fractions, so we have been thinking about halves and quarters. And we can see that this circle has been divided into quarters, 4 quarters, a red quarter, yellow, green, and blue. Okay. Each quarter is how many minutes? If the whole is 60 minutes, how many minutes is each quarter? How many minutes is each quarter? If the whole going all the way around is 60, how many minutes is each quarter? Let me put that clock back in to help you. How many minutes is each quarter? If the whole is 60, how many minutes is each quarter? If it's 60 minutes for the long hand to go all the way around, How many minutes has the long hand done? How many minutes have passed before the long hand covers the first quarter? You put them side by side so you can see how many minutes. Okay, so for the minute hand to move from 0 minutes, how much time has passed before that minute hand has gone to there? How many minutes have passed in that quarter? Yep, 15 minutes have passed in that quarter. From the long hand to go from the top of the clock to quarter past, 5, 10, 15 minutes. Then another 15 minutes, 5, 10, 15. So 30 minutes have gone. 5, 10, 15, another 15. So when it's gone 3/4 of the way around, 45 minutes, 5, 10, 15, 60 minutes when it gets to the top. Okay, so we are going around the clock. 15 minutes to get there. How many minutes to get there? How many minutes to go from 12, quarter past 12 to 12:30? How many minutes? How many minutes? From quarter past 12 to 12:30. How many minutes to go halfway around the clock? To go halfway around the clock. 15 minutes to go quarter past. How many minutes to go 12:30? How many minutes? 30 minutes. So 1/4 is 15. 2/4, which we know from our fraction work, is the same as a half. It's 30 minutes. How about 3/4 of the way around the clock? How about 3/4 of the way around the clock? 3/4. How many minutes is 3/4? You can count the 5s, or you can say, what are 3/15s? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. 45 minutes. And once the hand has gone all the way around and now it's 1 o'clock, 60 minutes has passed. 60 minutes has passed. Now, the long hand has made a journey of a full circle. What has the short hand done from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock? What did the short hand do? The long hand moved all the way around the circle. What did the short hand do? What did the short hand do? The long hand is back to where it started from. What has happened to the short hand? Make sure it's pointing. What's happened to the short hand? So it was 12 o'clock and now it's 1 o'clock. The long hand, the minute hand, has moved all the way around the clock, gone from 12 right back to 12 because 60 minutes has passed, and it takes 60 minutes for that long hand to go all the way around. In the meantime, what has the short hand been doing? Has it been having a rest, having some sandwiches, having a cup of tea? What's the short hand been doing? It's been working. What has it been doing? Okay, so the short hand has moved from the 12 to the 1. So what the long hand does in 60 minutes, all the way around, the short hand just moves what the long hand would do in 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, the long hand would move from the 12 to the 1. But for the short hand, it takes an hour for that to happen. So which hand is moving quicker around the clock? The short hand or the long hand? Which hand is moving more quickly around the clock? The short hand or the long hand? Which hand is moving more quickly? Which hand is moving more quickly around the clock? The short hand or the long hand? The minute hand, exactly. So tell me, how does that hour hand move? Does it get to 1 o'clock and all of a sudden it whooshes from the 12 to the 1? So does it do this? So at 12 o'clock it's there. The minute hand goes around, all the way around like this. And then the hour hand goes, oops, now it's 1 o'clock and shoots over there. Is that what happens? Does it stay on the 12 as the minute hand is speeding around the clock with 60 minutes to make a complete circle? Does the shorthand stay resting and then all of a sudden when the minute hand is back, it jumps to the next hour? Is that how it works? What happens with that hour hand? That shorthand. So the long hand, the minute hand is moving more quickly around the clock. And in 60 minutes, the minute hand needs to do a complete circle. What is that hour hand doing in the meantime? Does it stay resting on the 12 and then when the minute hand returns, it jumps forward very quickly? What is it doing? How does it work? How does it work? How does that shorthand behave? How does that shorthand behave? Is it just resting, doing its own thing, and then all of a sudden it whooshes around? Let's have a little look. So I've got a clock here, and I hope this shows. Yes, it does. Okay, I'm going to just watch the light. Okay, this clock is showing 6 o'clock. Okay, now watch what the hour hand does. Oops, as the minute hand moves around the clock. So the minute hand is moving up to 1/4 past. What has the hour hand done? Is it still pointing to the 6 like it was at 6 o'clock? Let's see if we can move back. Yes, we can. So there's 6 o'clock. Can you see it's pointing directly to the 6? Let's move to 1/4 past. Can you see the minute hand is moving around 1/4 of the way? What's the hour hand done? Okay, the hour hand, yeah, it moves more slowly, but it's moving in a systematic way. It is now 1/4 of the way between the 6 and the 7. So when the minute hand is pointing halfway round, where will the hour hand be? When the minute hand moves halfway round to be halfway around the circle, okay, the minute hand would have gone to 1/2 past. How far will the hour hand have travelled? How far will the hour hand have travelled? So at 1/4 past, it's a 1/4 of the way. Where will it be at 1/2 past? Where will it be at 6:30? So the minute hand will be pointing to the 6 because that is halfway around the clock, 6:30. Where will the hour hand be pointing? Where will the hour hand be pointing? Let's have a look. Let's move round. Can you see the hour hand moving? Can you see it? Now the hour hand is, just get that on the 6. It is exactly halfway between the 6 and the 7. So as we move around 3/4 of the way around the clock up to the 9, can you see the hour hand is 3/4 of the way to the 7? And as we move up to o'clock, 7 o'clock, now the hour hand is pointing exactly to the 7. So when we are drawing our clocks and when we are telling time, we need to take notice of the minute hand and the hour hand. The hour hand needs to be in the correct position as well as the minute hand. So when it is 1/4 past the hour, so let's have a look. Let's move 1/4 of the way around. It's 1/4 of the way around, and it's 1/4 of the way past 7. So it is 1/4 past 7. It's moved 1/4 of the way round, 1/4 past 7. Let's move halfway round. It's 1/2 past. What's it gone halfway between? The 7 and the 8. It's 1/2 past 7. Let's move 3/4 of the way around. Now, in terms of time, do we say 3/4 past 7? What time is that clock showing? It has gone 3/4 the way around. And when we come to digital time, we would say 7:45, 7 hours and 45 minutes. But when we are using language of analog clock, which is what this is, an analog clock, it's not digital, in the English language, we don't say 7:75. What do we say? How do we change that language? Exactly. So when it's going past the hour, up until past, we say past. Once it's gone past the half an hour, we start using the language of to. We start saying how much further until we get to the hour. So the first half is past, the second half is to. So now we need to look at, it's got quarter of an hour. Okay, well, it's not quite on the 9, so let's get it a little bit more accurate. Here we are. It's got quarter of an hour to go until it will be what time? Quarter to. What's it got quarter to way to pass? It's quarter of the way to 8 o'clock. It's got quarter of an hour to pass until we get to 8 o'clock. So it is quarter to 8. Okay, so quarter past 8, half past. See, we're halfway between the 8 and the 9. Now we start using the 2. Quarter to 9, 9 o'clock. Quarter past 9. Watch that hour hand. Half past 9. Quarter to 10, 10 o'clock. Quarter past 10. Half past 10. Quarter to 11, 11 o'clock. Okay, right. Chickadees, enough helping. Let's get those brains working. So good focus. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at you telling me what the times these clocks are saying. So I'm going to put some clock faces down and you can tell me what time they are showing. Okay, so let's have a little look. I've got my clock faces here and then we're going to play a few games. Okay, going to try some games out. So Kimberly, our moderator, is all set to make the games fun by doing the moderation really quickly. So first of all, can I tell me what time this clock is showing, please? So we're going to do quite quick pace now because you've been listening quite a long time. Now I want to get those brains awake. So whoosh, 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 quick, 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 quick. What time are we showing? Hello, hi, hi, hi. What time are we showing? Okay. Oh, are we stuck? Are we buffering? Because we're taking quite a long time. Five what? 5 potatoes? 5 o'clock. They came through all together. Right. So I'm going to use the real clock. And I want you to tell me what time are we. Oh, that doesn't come out very clear on there. So let me show that one there. What time are we showing? What time is the clock showing? Let me just get you up a little bit so you've got a view of the clock. There we are. Oh, move it over. Ooh, there we are. Look. What time is the clock showing? What time is the clock showing? 10:15. Thank you. That's better. Okay, let's lift it up again. Put a new time. What time is the clock showing? Whoop-a-daisy. What time is the clock showing now? What time is the clock showing now? Let's get that up a little bit there. That's better. Rex's nose you can see as well. What time is the clock showing now? What time is the clock showing? Yep, 11:45. Okay. What time is the clock showing now? Let's whoosh over to the other side of the clock. What time is the clock showing now? Yep, it's 2:15. Look at that hour hand. Look at that hour hand. Okay, 2 what? Somebody's just written 2. 2 what? 2:15 or 2:15? Okay, I'll accept 2:15. What time is the clock showing now? What time is the clock showing now? We can't hear me. Why not? Why can't you hear me? $2:30. Okay, good. I can hear you, so it must just be a problem with one person's computer. Okay, just redo a refresh. And what time is the clock showing now? Just got to make sure that we don't get the reflection of the sun. Not that there's much sun out today. What time is the clock showing now? 2:45. Okay, excellent. So I am going to ask you now. I'm going to try a game now, okay? Just got to listen very carefully, okay? I am going to ask you, we're going to play bingo, to write down 4 times. They have to be 2:15 or 2:45. You choose, you write them down, and you do have to write them down. So I hope you've got some pen and paper. Rush and get some if you haven't, because you might forget, okay? Hello, hi. So write down 4 times. It could be 1:15, 11:45, 11:15, 1:45, 1:15 and 1:45 times. Okay, 1:15 and 1:45 times. So write them down. Choose 4 different times: 1:15 and 1:45. Okay. And we're going to play a game of bingo. I am going to choose times and call them out. And if I call one of your times, you cross them off. Okay. Once you have all 4 of your times crossed off, you type in bingo. And then you have to read back the times that you have written down. And I will check if they are ones that I have called out. Okay. So I'll explain more as we go along. Can you please write down 4 times? They have to be either 1/4 the hour or 1:45. It is your choice. It's 12-hour clock, not 24-hour clock. So no 13, 15. Otherwise, it'll take us too long to get there. So write down 4 times, either 1/4 or 1:45 or a combination of them. Okay, yeah, bingo, exactly. Hello, it's you. Nice to see you. So write down 4 different times, okay? Don't put them up there what they are. And I am going to say different times, and I'm going to write down what I call out. Once I've called out all of your 4 times, you type in bingo, and then you have to read back the times that you've written down to check that they are times I called out, okay? Because if you call out one that I haven't done, then you are not bingo. You have not got them all accurately, okay? So are we ready? Yeah, we're good to go. Have you written down your times? Yeah, okay, we've done it. Thank you very much. That's fantastic feedback. Thank you. So only 1/4 and 1:45. I'm not going to read out any other times, okay? So pens at the ready. Yeah, pens at the ready. Here we go. So 1:15. 1:45. 12:15. 2:45. 4:15. 4:45. 4:45. 5:15. 1:45. 7:15. Oh, somebody's got bingo. Somebody's got bingo. Okay, bingo. Can you tell me, please, which ones you have? Just type them in. Type your first one in. Let's have a look. Oh, you lost me. Was it going too quickly? It's really good feedback, because we can do it again another time, and I'll go, did you lose me? Okay, we'll do it more slowly. Person who called bingo, can you type in what your times were, please? What were your times? Oh, no, it cut out. Oh, that's not helpful, is it, when playing bingo, that it cut out? Okay, person who called bingo, what were your times? Well, we'll do it again another time. And what I'll do is I'll do it visually. I'll hold them up because then if it cuts out, it doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, I'm going to wait for Bingo to put her or his times in. In the meantime, I'm going to try another game. Okay. I've got the bingo over here. Oh, good. So I'm glad it's good feedback. But what I'll do next time is I'll hold the times up as well. So if you lose the sound, you can still see what I'm calling out. Okay. The next one's going to be visual. I'm going to put some times. Some people call this game Pelmanism. We're going to sort of do it a little snap. Okay. I'm going to put some times down. So Kim on the moderation is ready to be really, really quick. Okay. So, oops, daisy. Computer's getting a bit excited there. So I've got some cards down here. I'm going to remove this top one actually, so you've got more of a contrast in color, because that will help a little bit. White on white doesn't help, does it? White paper on white paper. So I've got the cards here. I am going to turn 2 over. Let's make sure we can see them all. Okay. Yep, just get that to a bit of view. Yeah, just get us all in. There we are. Okay, I'm going to turn them over. And if you see 2 that are matching, you shout, oh, well, type. You can type shout, snap. I'm going to hold them over. And if I don't get a snap, I'm going to turn them back. Okay, so you've got to look very carefully. And with this game that some people call Pelmanism, as well as looking at the ones I turned over, I will put them back in the same place. So you start to remember where they are. So if I turn 2 clocks over and they tell the same time, you type in snap, or you can just type in S so it's quicker. Okay. So I'm going to turn them over. So remember where they go as well. Oh, somebody's written S. I can't see a snap there. That's 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock. So they're not the same times. Okay. So look carefully. They've got to be exactly the same. Some people might remember where things are and then think, oh, I know that's going to be a snap before she even turns it over. Ha! Here they come. Yes, yes. So remember where they are. Both were 3 o'clock, weren't they? Okay, let's try these 2. Put them down there. Try these 2. I'm helping my fingers in the way there, but you can still see that the hour hands are not in the same place. So keep that one there. Let's try. We've had 1 snap so far, haven't we? Ooh, I'm going to turn them back over. Yes, some snaps coming through. Both 4 o'clock. Well done, well done, well done. Let's see if we get one more. Let's have a look. Oh, are they the same? No. No, Miss Nikki, they're not the same. How about these 2? Are these the same? Whoops, let's have a look. Oh, no, Miss Nikki, 5 o'clock and 2 o'clock, they're not the same. How about over here? What's going on over here? Ooh, nearly 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. What's going on over here? Whoops. No, 4 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Oh, I'm not sure we're going to find another one. Nearly 5 o'clock and 4 o'clock. Again, nearly 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Ooh. Yay! Well done. Well done. Well done. So a little bit of fun there. Okay, we're going to do another little quiz to finish off. Yep. Another little quiz to finish off. Here we go. Here's 1 and 2, quiz 2. Off we go. So here we're going to be looking at quarter past and quarter to in this one. So remember, quarter past, quarter to. Quarter past, quarter to. Oh, personal. Now, not everybody's got the right timing on this. Look at the hour, okay? Look at the hour. It's quarter past, but what hour has it just gone past? What hour has it just gone past? What hour has it just gone past? The hour hand is really important to look at the hour hand as well. Look at the hour hand. Where has it just gone past? Where has it just gone past? Okay. Again, person who's put quarter past 9. Look at the long and short hand. The long hand is pointing to the 9. So it is quarter to. It's got quarter an hour to go. To which hour? To which hour? Quarter an hour to go until it will be which time? Quarter an hour to go until it will be which time? Okay, so don't submit. Don't submit. Keep your quiz there. Keep your quiz there. Keep your quiz there. We'll come back to it in a minute. Keep your quiz there. Okay, the first clock was this clock. That was the first clock. And most of you got it. Most of you got it. So you know it's gone quarter past. Quarter past. Okay, it's gone a quarter of the way around the clock. From the 12 to the 3, 5, 10, 15 minutes. So the long hand tells us it's quarter past. The short hand, we have to look which hour has it moved a quarter of the way on past. Well, it's moved a quarter of the way on past 7. So it is quarter past 7. For quarter past 8, the hour hand would have to be up here. It's not gone past the 8. It's quarter past 7. We need to look at the hour hand as well. So the next clock, the long hand is pointing to the 9. So we know it has got quarter of an hour to go until it gets to the next hour. Which hour is the shorthand on its way to? It's on its way to the 3. It's only got a quarter of the way to go until it reaches 3 o'clock. So it is quarter to 3. Quarter to 3. And the last one, again, we look at the long hand. The long hand is pointing to the 9. So we know it has got quarter an hour to go. Okay, quarter an hour to go until which hour? Well, it is a quarter of the way left to go to 1 o'clock. So it is quarter to 1. Quarter to 1. Okay. So let's see how you did. Get your results back. Okay, it's fine. If you remember what you put, it's fine. I only say don't submit so you can actually look at what you put as I'm going through the examples, okay? So we need to look at the long hand and the short hand, the minute hand and the hour hand. Okay, so well done. Well done. Let's close that quiz down for a minute. Sorry. Here we are. So excellent. So today we did quarter past, quarter to, and half past. Next week we're going to do 5-minute intervals. So 5 past, 10 past, 25 past, 25 to, and we're going to look at the digital clock as well. So tune in next week at 10 o'clock. Big hand to the 12, little hand to the 10. Okay, in the morning, 10 a.m. And we will carry on with our time work. Well done for today. Bye from me and Rexy, and we will see you next week. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed being with you too. So we'll see you next week. Tell your friends about it. Get some more people to come on the live stream. It's really great to have that experience of being in the classroom and being with other people learning as well, because I know that's something that you can feel that you miss out when you're not at school, and that's what we aim to provide. So well done, everybody, and we will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.